On January 27th, the forests and rivers of Alabama carried the quiet weight of centuries. Long before maps or treaties, Creek and Choctaw families moved along the Coosa and Tallapoosa, hunting, fishing, and trading. Their villages nestled on river bends, the smoke of winter fires rising like thin threads of memory. Spanish explorers passed through in the 1500s, leaving journals, crosses carved into trees, and stories of waterways teeming with fish and wildlife. By the 1700s, French traders established Mobile as a center of commerce and faith, baptizing children, exchanging beads for furs, and sending reports to distant kings. The British took control after the 7 Years' War, only for Spain and then America to claim the territory. Each wave of conquest leaving traces in language, law, and settlement patterns. By January 27th, 1880, Alabama's territorial government at St. Stephen's debated land grants, taxation, and courts asserting control over territory long occupied by native nations. Surveyors cut forest into parcels, marking a future state with chains and compasses, while Creek and Choctaw villages faced the imminent threat of removal. The Treaty of Fort St. Stephen's and subsequent land cessions foreshadow the displacements that would culminate in the Trail of Tears, echoing the human cost of expansion. On this day in 1861, Montgomery was alive with preparations for the Secession Convention. Delegates moved through the streets and hotel halls, drafting language to sever Alabama from the Union. Ordinary citizens carried on, aware that their lives would be shaped by choices beyond their control. The wealth of cotton fields surrounding the city, built on enslaved labor, underpinned the state's economy, and the tensions that would erupt into civil war. In the decade following the Civil War, January 27th saw Alabama rebuilding and redefining itself. Freed people founded schools and churches, planting communities of learning and faith that would endure. In Astor-Hill expansion reached towns like Anniston, Birmingham, and Huntsville, while the Mississippi River and Gulf ports facilitated trade that connected Alabama to a wider world. On this date in 1942, National Guard troops trained in camps across the state, preparing for deployment in World War II, tying local history to global conflict. By the 90s, links to civil rights organizers used January 27th to plan actions and mobilize communities, laying the groundwork for marches, sit-ins, and campaigns for voting rights. Simultaneously, Alabama's scientific and engineering institutions advanced, with Huntsville's Marshall Space Flight Center developing rockets and satellite systems that would take Americans to the moon. In the 21st century, preservation projects in Cahaba, Montgomery, and Tuscaloosa, alongside modern research and education initiatives, ensured that the stories of the past inform the work of the present. Threads together centuries of struggle, adaptation, and achievement, from native footprints past to surveyors' chains. From the smoke of creek fires to the laboratories of Huntsville, the date embodies Alabama's endurance. It stands as a reminder that each generation inherits both the weight of history and the responsibility to shape the future, connecting past and present, long rivers, roads, and the steady march of time.